Hello everyone, GameGoddessFee here. I am back today with more. What are we back with? Ace Attorney. Yeah, so I hope you all are still having a wonderful day. Game Queen 81. Oh, Dolphin Prower, you changed your name, Mouse Dolphin Prower. Hello, my stream was a failed delete. You were streaming today?
Big Sonic fan.
I didn't even get the notification. But yeah, I hope you all enjoy this episode. I wanted to do this because I'm kind of mad at I'm mad at Zelda and Nintendo right now. So I put Zelda in a timeout for today. That's a story I have to tell you. You remember when I was saying that I was gonna come back with a surprise with the Breath of the Wild? Yeah, my save file is gone.
How did it get deleted? How
It's
did it
gone.
How
All that
happen?
work I did,
How did that happen?
gone. Really?
How? Who did it? Who did it? Who did it?
It's like at first I didn't know I was supposed to download the DLC information again. My son Pluminator, he came this morning after I accidentally deleted it. I'm not sure how it got deleted on my first Switch. You know, when the Tears of the Kingdom came out, I got the Tears of the Kingdom Switch, but I played it on my Animal Crossing Switch. So for some reason it's not even on that one either.
Maybe you can still recover it.
I don't know. Did you? Let me see. So I forgot. Did you see my channel? I did. I was trying to do it on January 3rd. Oh, okay. But yeah, keep me posted on that. You can reply back to one of my replies whenever you get ready to do it, or I'll try to watch out for the notification. But I hope you all. Let me stop rambling about Tears of the Zelda right now. We're doing Ace. I hope you all enjoy. Thank you for watching. I'm just mad. That's what everything is gone. Everything. Anyway. Alright, so we got Phoenix Wright's Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations, Episode 5, Bridge to the Turnabout, Part 2-1, Trial. Alright, so let's go on. Ooh.
This is the wrong trial.
Sorry!
Yes, it is, Game Queen 81. You know, I had did all that trouble I did with Trial of the Sword. And that's what I was going to come back and do. That was my surprise for the channel, was to come back and do the Trial of the Sword again. But I was going to do it live.
You gonna do live?
I was going to do it live. Because I recorded it my previous time.
I can't believe you hit us
And
with that story jump scare.
It's gone. I can't do it. February 9th, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1. Oh my Larice feels that way about me.
Apparently, he isn't aware of your real secret at all. This is no time to be embarrassed.
I'm sorry. I'm just hardly accustomed to that sort of thing.
Worry not. And in any case, whatever it was that he saw on the night of the incident, mark my words, I'll drag it out of him.
Does that mean Mr. Larice is the witness today?
No. I believe that none will be the first to take the stand.
Sister Bikini?
She claims to have seen the very instant in which you carried out the crime. I just want to ask you one last time. It really wasn't you who killed Miss Elise Duno, correct?
That is correct. It wasn't me.
Very well, then.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes?
You are a prosecutor. Prosecutor, are you? Are you sure about this? If your true identity is revealed.
Don't worry. I've made the necessary arrangements.
I see.
Iris, it's a prosecutor's job to doubt people. But right now, I am a defense attorney. A defense attorney's job is to believe in people, and to believe unto the bitter end. That's what my friend told me once.
Mr. Edgeworth?
I simply ask that you watch and decide for yourself whether or not I am fit to do the task I have been entrusted.
Very well, sir. I leave my defense in your capable hands. February 9th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 7. Who over there? Court is now in session for the trial of Sister Iris of Hasakura Temple.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. It's so cursed! It's so cursed!
That don't even sound right.
Look at it. He also has the badge on his little thing right there. You can see it.
That's not even right at all. The defense does indeed appear to be ready. However, the same cannot be said for the prosecution in this case.
Indeed.
I'm not sure I like such a blatant waste of this court's time. An empty prosecutor's chair can only mean that the prosecutor has no confidence in their ability to prove their case. It would seem this case is already over before it had a chance to begin. I am ready to announce my verdict. At this time, this court finds the defendant.
Objection!
The prosecution stands ready. And you are? Francisca Von Kormer, prosecuting prodigy. Von Kormer, you say? Perchance you wouldn't be of any relation to the legendary prosecutor, Manfred Von Kormer? Legends are a thing of the past. I am a Von Kormer, that is all. Upon a special request, I flew in today for the purpose of prosecuting this case. You did? Then you must be quite a big shot, eh? Wait away, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm almost certain that I've seen you somewhere before, or am I just imagining things? You look very much like a prosecutor I met once.
I believe you are imagining things, Your Honor.
Miss Von Kormer, do you have anything to say? There is no such weakling as this man among those of the prosecutor's office. Oops, I'm pushing the wrong button. There isn't, but I'm sure once before in this courtroom, I told you there is no such weakling. What is that? A whip? I'm not sure I care for such a thing in my courtroom. I keep on pushing that button. Bailiff, remove that whip at... Hold it!
I have no objection to the whip.
You don't?
The prosecution can wield a whip or drink 17 cups of coffee. But there is still only one truth. That is what I stand here to prove today.
This promises to be interesting, Mouse Edgeworth. I had expected to face Phoenix right here today. But looking at you now, maybe this is what I've been waiting for all this time. Mouse Edgeworth, I will not allow this chance to crush you slip through my fingers.
I see you brought your flair for the I see you brought your flair for the histrionic.
Allow me to add to the things I'm not sure about. People acting bizarrely in my court. The stage is set. Now continue with your proceedings, Your Honor. Very well, Miss Von Kormer. Please give an outline of this case. With as little whippings as possible. murder victim is the famed picture book author, Miss Elise Dunham. Her body was found in the Hasakura Temple courtyard. She had been stabbed through the torso by a ceremonious sword from a golden statue. The sword in this picture is the weapon in question, correct? Very well, the court accepts this photo of the crime scene. Crime photo added to the court record, the courtyard where Elise Dunham was murdered. There is no mistake, this was the doing of Sister Iris. After all, there is a witness to her crime. Very well. Please bring this witness to the stand.
And so it begins. My first and last trial as a defense attorney.
She's so short. Witness, state your name and occupation, please. Hold on here. I'm not sure about being not sure if I care for this at all. But witness, please stand up nice and straight. See right here, that little boy.
If I recall correctly, there are a few milk crates in the defendant's lobby for our back pain plagued witness.
Bailiff, fetch a crate for this poor lady, please. How my mic sound at Game Queen 81? Once again, your name and occupation, please. Little old me. Well, I'm the head nun of Hasakura Temple on Eagle Mountain. My name is Bikini. You got it? Bikini. Thank you, Game Queen 81. Nice to meet everyone. But you don't appear to be wearing a bikini right now. Wow. The courtroom is the guarding of holy judgment. Those with lechery in their hearts should leave this sanctuary at once. You want me to leave? You don't need to get your bikinis in a twist. Let me tell you, I'm a sight to behold in summer.
In any case, witness, I heard that you saw the crime that took place on the night in question.
That's right. I can still hardly believe it myself, to be honest. There's no way dear little Iris could do anything like that. Let us hear what you have to say then. First, tell us about your own movements that night, eh? Witness testimony the night of the murder. That night I was helping an old acolyte with her training in the inner temple, but, well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. Violently. I can't even say the
Violently,
word.
man!
Anyway,
Oh my God!
my tongue won't twist. Anyway. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hasakura Temple. There's no bath at the inner temple, you see, and I needed a long hot soak. It was after I had finished just as I was heading back. That's when I saw it. So it was simply coincidence that you found yourself returning to Hasakura Temple. Yes, you could say that. If my back hadn't been so much pain, I would have stayed at the inner temple.
That sounds like a pretty important statement she just made.
There is only one problem with this testimony. I can't read. There is only one problem with this testimony that I can see. And you're not about to fall at the first hurdle. Now, are you, Mr. Miles Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth, please begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination the night of the murder. That night, I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple, but this thing, hold on.
You're having controller difficulties tonight?
Yes, everything is on it. Hold it.
What is this inner temple?
Well, you see, conversing with the spirits is what we train people to do, right? We'll be the ones asking you the question, madam. In order to do that, a place strong in spiritual power is required. There's a small temple across Dusky Bridge called the Inner Temple. Acolytes must spend an entire night there to undergo intense training.
And how exactly do you help with this process?
It is all quite exacting. It can't be performed without a nun supervising. Like a tutor watching to make sure a spoiled child studies?
A tutor with a whip in your case. If that is the case, then why did you return to Hazakura Temple, where the murder took place?
Well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. Anyway.
Violently?
That's right, it's no laughing matter, especially in winter. I can't hold anything heavier than a knife and fork during the cold months. Just being alive is like strict training.
On the night of the murder, was this fabulous back of yours hurting again?
That's right. Raging like a bull in a pig pen, I almost fainted once or twice. I just knew that unless I warmed it up, it was going to finally finish me off. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple.
You left Iris to help? With what?
What do you think? The acolyte's training, of course. It was just past 10 p.m., so we were starting to enter into the training exercises proper. Wasn't it your place to remain with the disciple? Well, the job is simply to watch over the acolytes so that they don't pass away.
Just to confirm this point again, that night, you met Iris in the inner temple, correct?
Yes, she's a gentle, honest girl. She's never once failed to follow my direction. There's no bath at the inner temple, you see, and I needed a long hot soap.
So you returned to the Hazakura Temple in order to take a bath?
My back is to blame for everything. It's a do or be done in kind of world after all.
How long were you in the bath for, if you don't mind me asking?
My, what a filthy little rogue you are. I know what's on your mind. I bet your next question is going to be, where exactly did you wash? Oh, really, lady? Oh, this is why you have to watch the young ones.
What are you going on about? I was...
Pathetic Miles Edgeworth. The lowest of the low.
Is there some sort of kick me sign stuck on the defense's bench?
Anyway, I couldn't afford to be away from my post for too long. You understand, so? It was after I had finished, just as I was heading back. That's when I saw it.
The crime took place in the courtyard, correct?
When you go from my room to the main hall, you have to take a winding hallway from which you can see the courtyard. That's right. In other words, it was pure coincidence that the witness saw the crime taking place before her eyes. There was no complicated setup in this case. That certainly seems to be true.
There is indeed only one problem with this testimony. If I can clearly point out what it is, then I can begin to quantify just how good this witness memory and observation skills are. Let's see how good your memory is.
Okay, that night I was helping that acolyte with her training in the inner temple. Okay, where is the contradictions? So I left Iris to help the acolyte. Let me see. There's no bath at the inner temple, you see, and I needed a long hot soak. It was after I had finished, just as I was heading back, that's when I saw it. Let me see.
I have no idea. Ooh.
Good Lord. Stuck it right in the back.
That's messed up.
Woo! 10 to 11 p.m.
She got thrown out the window, then she got stabbed.
It was after I had finished, just as I was heading back. That's when I saw it. The Edge work was trying to answer. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and return to her. How you don't know? Let me see. Okay, so what am I supposed to question? What they want me to get her on? Taken by her poo-poo. Oh, that's Luis.
Maybe the circumstances of the death?
Folk magazine featuring...
Louis!
So I left Iris to help the acolyte and return to Hasakura Temple.
Oh wait, no, I think I got it. I think I got it.
Shows and surrounding area. So the inner, that's where Maya was, the inner temple.
Yeah.
What you got?
Okay, so I think this is questioning about. I think he's trying to question her on her memory, right?
Yeah.
So when that involved like basically what she saw.
She can see my back. Yeah.
Did you press this one?
I think I did. Yeah, I pressed her.
Yeah, you did. I don't know.
When you go from my room to the main hall, you have to take a winding hallway from which you can see the courtyard. That's what. Let me see. What's the courtyard? If I can clearly point out what it is, then I can begin to quantify just how good this witness's memory and observation skills are.
Okay. Maybe it's got to do something with Iris.
Iris to help with the acolyte and return to a Hasakura Temple. And I needed a long hot soak. It was after I had finished.
Go to the evidence.
What did she see then? Let me see. Should I present her with this picture?
No.
Why not?
That one makes sense. There you go. There it is. I see it now.
This here?
Go back.
What you see?
Over. If she left Iris at the inner temple and in her testimony she was in her room the whole time, how Iris get to the inner temple?
I guess.
Witnesses have to undergo their own trials, I'm afraid. The defendant's fate rests on their powers of observation and memory, after all.
Well, don't worry. I'm more than up to the task. I'm a woman of fate, after all, the head honcho of Hasakura Temple.
In that case, Miss Honcho, I'd like you to explain something for me. The discrepancy between your testimony and that of the defendant's Iris. She claims that after ringing the lights out bell, she went back and stayed in her room. Which means she did not go to the inner temple at all!
No, she said that. A defendant or a witness. Who is more likely to fib, do you suppose? The defendant is simply fibbing to cover her back.
But that is completely illogical. The murder was committed in the courtyard of Hazakura Temple. Claiming that she went to the inner temple would make for a much better alibi.
But that is odd. Whatever the reason, I can't believe that she would fail. She does indeed have an honest eyes. Oh, people fib. That is my belief. Am I the only one being whipped in here? Anyway, neither the witness nor the defendant have any reason to fib. Which means we must call your memory into question. Dear, you're older than me, and yet you want to play that game, do you? Well, that isn't exactly what my memory is perfect. Crystal clear, especially in winter. Then I suppose it's too early to end this cross-examination, eh? Mr. Edgeworth, if you are going to question the memory of this witness, you will need to show me a more decisive piece of evidence.
Understood, Your Honor. I was naive to think that alone would do the trick.
Then please add your comments about a boot Iris to the testimony. What?
Oh, that's another typo. This game is horrible with these typos, bro. Who proofread this?
Like a boot.
A boot.
Yeah. And let us return to the cross-examination. At night, I was helping Winnie Acolyte with her training in the temple.
A boot.
She stressed that she was at the temple. I don't see this.
Are you sure that you're not making a mistake?
You young man need to get your estimation of me up from the floor. Iris always wears the same clothes. The smallest thing out of place would have stood out like a sore thumb to me. You're making a mistake, thinking I made a mistake. An excellent finish there, witness.
Still, I have to wonder.
There's no bath in the inner temple.
I think that's it.
Yes. It was after I finished, just as I was heading back, that's when I saw it. Oops. What was Iris wearing? Did she she gave this to Nick.
Here you go. Witness, let's get one thing straight. The defendant whom you claim to have met. She was wearing this demon-warding hood, correct?
Of course. That is a very important piece of clothing, I'll have you know. Wait a minute. Hold it right there. Why do you have that?
That's the question of the day now, isn't it, Miss Von Karma? I'll have you know that this hood was given to someone as a gift that night. Before the lights out bell was rung.
What?
You know where I'm going with this, don't you? If the witness had seen the defendant as she claims, then the iris she saw should have been missing this very hood.
Well.
Look at Stan. It's not a bad feeling at all, exposing contradictions like this. Now I understand that happy look on Rat's face every time he does it.
Order in the court. Sister, this hood, you have a spare ones around the temple, don't you? Spares? Well, I do tend to make too many of them. I see, a stockpile, a surplus of hoods, eh? Each nun is only given one hood. This should be the only hood that Iris owned. Then this is quite strange. If there was a surplus of hoods, then she could have won one of those. There is no contradiction here.
I'm sorry to break this to you, Miss Von Karma, but you won't get away that easily. Discrepancies such as this will sow seeds in any human heart. The seeds of doubt.
Witness, while I don't wish to call your testimony into doubt, you must give every detail with precision. I'm not sure I'm comfortable going along with this. Sister, you shall continue your testimony. Tell us what you saw after finishing your bath on your way back to the inner temple.
Those seeds of doubt are sprouting in the judge's heart. They just need a little more stimulation to bear fruit. Contrary stimulation. Contradictory stimulation.
Witness testimony after the bath. After my bath. I finished my bath around 11 as I thought I should return to the inner temple. And as I was walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard. I took a look and Iris was, Mystic Elise, and with that sword of all things, Mystic Elise was staying in the corner room which faces out into the courtyard. The stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of her window. You saw a truly terrible sight, didn't you? If I were in your place, then it would be much like Miss Von Karma whipping Mr. Edgeworth in court. And me seeing it all from this very chair. Or well, something like that.
This judge. His imagination is about as vivid and creative as Detective Gumshoe.
I would look the idiot if I committed. Hold on. I would look the idiot and I. Hold on. I would look the idiot if I committed.
I think it says I would look like an idiot, but they didn't type it right.
Goodness gracious. Anyway, this case is mine. Miles Edgeworth.
Calling everyone by their full name. Can't you do something about that habit of yours?
Cross-examination after my bath. I finished my bath around 11, and I thought I should return to the inner temple. Hold on. When did they find that lady? Or when did they say?
10 to 11. She fell 10 feet after death and got stabbed.
Okay, let me see. What was her last statement? Okay, we see Mystic Elise was staying in the corner room which faces out onto the courtyard after she was pushed. The stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of her window. So that's the contradiction right there.
I guess. Let's go. But in Phoenix, right? Impressive logic. That's what I'd like to say anyway.
Oh, please, dude. My brain is something else, especially in winter.
However, I think you're overlooking one thing. Miss Von Karma, would you be so kind as to take another look at the autopsy reports?
The autopsy report?
The victim did fall from a height of 10 feet. However, this fall was after she was killed.
That's right. It says after death right here.
The scene that the witness claims to have seen is contradictory. If the defendant stabbed and killed the victim there in the courtyard, how did the victim then go on to take a 10-foot fall?
Order. The victim was killed and then fell? If that is the case, then the victim must have been killed in her own room. Don't you agree? That is logical. The logical conclusion. Yes, that's right. The victim must have been stabbed by the defendant in her own room. And she was then thrown out of her window down into the courtyard below.
Were there any signs of a struggle in Miss Dunham's room? She was stabbed with a sword. That would leave a blood stain, wouldn't you agree?
Well, Miss Von Karma, was there any blood? No traces of blood were found in the victim's room. Your whip has just caused traces of blood to be found on my glorious playoff beard. What? However, if there was no blood in the room, I'm sure there's no need for me to go over this, as I am sure your honor is well aware of when a stab wound produces the most blood. When it produces the most blood, very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from the... If you would like to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed.
Indeed. With the weapon still in place, it acts like a lid on the wound.
That's true. With the weapon still in the body, there wouldn't be much bleeding. A perfectly reasonable line of thinking. We have come to a conclusion then. The victim was thrown out of the window with the sword still in place. This removes all of the contradictions. Order. I must admit that this is a probable version of events.
I'd expect no less from Franziska von Karma. She locates and takes control of every vital point.
It seems that we need a clearer testimony from the witness. Remove all suppositions on your part and tell us only the facts, please. Witness, please remain standing on the crate. Don't go selling me short now. The weight of winter snow has bent me out of shape, especially my back and my mood. Sister, please give us your testimony. I will give you a vigorous massage once we are finished here.
With the whip?
Oh boy, all right. Witness testimony, further details. When I looked across at the scene, the sword was already in place. Thinking about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Mystic Elise. I've never seen so much blood before. That's when I fainted. You can't blame me, can you? And when I awoke, Mystic Ami was stabbing Mystic Elise through the back. This all confirms Miss Von Karma's theory. Von Karma strive for nothing but perfection. Putting together such facts is nothing for me. You should know that, Mouse Edgeworth.
Perfection is an impossibility, Francisca von Karma. And I'm here to teach you just that.
Cross-examination. Further details. When I looked across at the scene, the sword was already in place.
At that time, was the victim bleeding?
Well, I was very shocked to be seeing all this, of course, so I'm not entirely sure. But I don't think I saw any blood, not then. I'm sure that you didn't. The weapon was acting as a plug in the wound.
In any case, let's be clear on one very important point. Did you actually see the instant in which the victim was stabbed?
Thinking about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Mr. Elise.
Think carefully. This is very important.
It's Iris we are talking about here. I'm thinking for all I'm worth. No, when I looked over, the sword was already in Mystic Elise's body.
This might not be conclusive, but this testimony supports her theory.
The victim was stabbed in her room and then dropped into the courtyard. I think this proves it rather well, Mr. Mouse Edgeworth. There go you two.
It's over. It's over. It's over.
It's over. It is over, y'all. Let me know if it's going smoothly, y'all. I don't know. I've never seen so much blood before.
So you're saying that you saw the victim's blood?
That's right. Some of it has splattered onto Iris too. When the defendant was arrested, she was meditating in her room. And her blood-flecked clothing was neatly folded in the corner.
What? Her clothes were blood-flecked as well?
That seems quite conclusive to me.
What should I do? Press this point further?
I guess we got to press further.
Going back to your previous statement, you said that you saw a little bleeding when the victim was stabbed. But now, you say you saw the victim bleeding?
Well, I say that what I saw is what I saw. What did you see? Maybe I didn't see the poor woman get stabbed, but I saw the girl pull the sword out of her plain as day.
Pulling the sword out?
Well, it wasn't exactly pulling. It was more like it came out. Witness, you will add this to your statement, to your testimony. Oh, was that important?
More important than you can imagine.
I saw the instant in which the blade plunged into the body, into the hilt was smoothly drawn out.
Smoothly, you say? You're saying you saw the sword smoothly slide out?
That's right. The whole thing happened right next to the gold statue of Mystic Amit. Mystic Elise was on the ground and Iris was stooped over her. The sword was buried up to the hilt. When Iris stood up, the sword in her hand just slid out of Mystic Elise's body. It slid out from that gaping wound. Oh, it goes without saying that if the sword was removed, there would be bleeding. Nothing out of place here.
Is that really the case? I can't help but feel that something about this testimony is very out of place. That something which couldn't possibly have happened appears to have happened.
I've never seen that much blood before. Let me see.
Look at that sword.
Let me ask this one. I was finna try to look at. The apparent murder weapon has the victim's blood and the suspect's fingerprints on it.
You think that would come out smoothly?
I don't think so.
Yo, bro, let me just casually stab you with my 7-bladed sword.
How was the weapon ultimately placed back in the hand of the statue? If I can expose the flaws in this testimony, perhaps then I will begin to find the truth. He didn't say that before, didn't he?
No.
Let me see.
Hey, Sister Bikini, you are a reliable witness. At least, I'd like to think so, but there are too many contradictions here.
What do you mean? You make it sound as though I'm a fibber. That you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you. What contradictions are you talking about?
In the scene that the witness claims to have seen, the weapon was thrust up to the hilt into the victim. Furthermore, the killer withdrew the weapon smoothly from the body. However, both of these are complete impossibilities.
What do you mean? Please explain explain yourself.
To start with, do you think it will be possible to stab someone to the hilt with this? No matter how I look at the defendant, she doesn't appear strong enough for that.
Doesn't appear? What meaningless dribble? I too may appear to be weak and frail, but I can crush men under my heel and make them weep should I so choose. The objection stands. I whipped a little back there, I must admit.
That isn't the only issue here. If this sword was truly stabbed into the body up to the hilt, well, just look at all the branches on it. It certainly wouldn't come out smoothly. We also have the problem of the amounts of bleeding. It's true that when a blade is left in a body, it acts as a plug of sorts. However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story. The wound would be too large for the blade to completely stop the bleeding.
That's nothing more than conjecture. A weapon of this nature may still sometimes slide out smoothly and may still sometimes stop the blood loss.
I'm not finished. There's still one more exclusive conclusive. Oh my god. There's still one more conclusive contradiction.
Like on YouTube again.
I messed up and YouTube messed up.
You still got more?
This one is simple. If this sword really was thrust in all the way to the hilt, why is there only blood on the tip of it? If this witness is telling the truth, then there should be blood along the entire length of the sword.
No! Order. Whoa. Bravo, Mouse Edgeworth. Facing this many contradictions from a single piece of evidence, all the other attorneys I know could maybe manage one, if that. But what does this all mean? You have proven contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but
having come this far, there can only be one answer.
And that is?
The weapon used to kill the victim was not the Shichi Shito.
What? Stupid lovely idea born from the stupid mind of a stupid idiot.
Let's examine this again. What was it that made us think that the sword was the murder weapon?
Well, it's because Mystic Army was holding it.
Exactly. However, if you reflect on this, that is the only basis we have to assume such thinking. The impression left by the scene was just too strong. That is what influenced us. It influenced us to believe that the Shichishido was the murder weapon.
Order. So maybe the Shichishido was not the murder weapon? Even if that is the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth. The sister here saw everything. She saw the defender stab the victim with a sword-like object. That's true. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth?
If that is so, I would like the prosecution to answer the obvious question it raises.
The obvious question?
Yes, namely, where did the real murder weapon disappear to? It goes without saying that the police searched the main hall and the surrounding area. Perhaps the prosecution can enlighten us as to if a sword-like object was found.
That's... Answer the question, Miss Von Karma. No evidence of that kind was found? Another mystery to throw onto the pile. A trial without a murder weapon is a tricky beast. Excuse me, could I say something? I just remembered something, actually. What is it, sister? I was just thinking it's possible that just maybe what actually happened was it was just over there. What exactly are you going on about here? He did it again. A boot here.
A boot? A boot?
Is that a word?
Maybe that's just how he talks. He just says a boot.
The murder weapon, I mean, maybe? I think I might know where the sword was disposed of.
You what?
Well then, I think we need to hear testimony from you one more time, sister.
Impossible! What else? What else could this old woman have seen?
Witness testimony, location of the weapon. I saw the murder at around 11 p.m. And after asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate. And there, I saw tracks that indicated that snowmobile had been used. It takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out. Iris could have done that. She can drive a snowmobile after all. Witness, please tell us everything you know right away next time. Well, I'm not in the best of shape with my back and my age, you know. Quite. There was indeed snowmobile tracks in front of the main gate. Here is a photograph. A snowmobile, eh? I see. Well, it certainly is an interesting theory. I go YouTube again. Gosh, what is going on? What time is it? 8:30?
It's over.
The tracks began in front of Hasakura Temple and run all the way to Dusky Bridge. Tracks photo added to the court record, taken at night from main gate to Dusky Bridge. That solves your pesky little problem, yes? The Eagle River's current is quite swift, meaning that it doesn't freeze over in winter, making it the perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon.
Did she really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon?
Mr. Edgeworth, your cross-examination, please. Cross-examination, location of the weapon. I saw the murder around 11. Should we press her on that again?
You are sure about the time? Phoenix Wrap.
Yes, I was worried about it after all. How was that? Because I have a strong sense of responsibility, especially at this time of year. The acolyte was being doused in freezing water at the time. I couldn't very well take it easy in the bath all night now, could I? So at 11, I decided to leave Hazakura Temple.
Her estimation of the time seems reliable at least.
Please continue, sister. And after asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate.
You asked Phoenix Wright to report the crime, correct?
Right, the one who trampled me.
It seems she is the type to hold a grudge.
There isn't a phone in the main hall, so I sent him to the bridge. Phoenix Wright, he didn't even have his own cell phone on him.
He had forgotten it at home, apparently.
What a naive boy, as always. Not only do I always carry my phone, but I always have my whip in hand too. Anyway, I was really scared and it was taking him a while to get back. So I thought I'd go out by the main gate for a spell. And there I saw tracks that indicated that the snowmobile had been used.
As I recall, there was a snowmobile outside the main gate when I visited.
That's it. That's the only one we have. It'll run no matter how much snow falls.
Now, you're certain the snowmobile was there at the main gate when you arrived?
Yes, of course. I was parked in front. It was parked in front of the gate. So I had already gone discarded. So she had already gone discarded the murder weapon and returned by that time.
I'm not sure if this is really relevant. What should I do? I need answers to every possible doubt. The snowmobile in question, was it still warm at the time?
Huh? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, eh? What do you mean, Miles Edgeworth?
I'm playing to a slow crowd here. It goes without saying that using a snowmobile will hurt its heat. It goes without saying that using a snowmobile will heat its engine. If it was still warm, then it means it was recently used.
Oh, I see. I never thought of that. That's right. I overlooked that too. Of course you did.
Then answer the question, please, witness.
I don't go often around touching the hot engines. However, now that you mention it, there wasn't any snow on it. Snow? Yes, for some reason, only the snowmobile wasn't covered in snow.
There wasn't any snow on it? Curses!
It seems highly likely that the killer did use the snowmobile then, eh? What's up, y'all? Terminator didn't tell me y'all was live. Ooh. Why you didn't say nothing? Why you didn't say nothing, Terminator? I don't know if she was on my live earlier too. I did Mario RPG.
Mario Spoiler RPG?
You probably didn't want to look at it. How long does it take to get to Dusky Bridge by snowmobile? It takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those.
In that case, why didn't you use it yourself? You could have spared yourself some walking.
There's a reason for that. Have we got a moment for me to explain? I think that's why the question was asked in the first place. It was about a month ago. I was driving my beloved little snowmobile, happy as can be. I fetched some water and I was heading back when I went and crashed into a tree. The tree had my back. Both went crunch. Just like that. Crunch. Crunch. Who's that took a sip?
That was the game.
Oh. I say, well, it sounds like a dough. I haven't been able to find the courage to ride anything since then. Anyway, the killer must have used it. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out.
Refresh our memory. How long were you knocked out for?
Like I said, somewhere between 10 to 20 minutes. It's possible to get to the bridge and back in 10 minutes using the snowmobile.
I have to concede that is more than enough time.
Is that all you wish to concede, Miles Edgeworth? Iris could have done that. She can drive a snowmobile after all.
Well, it would have been possible time-wise. One element remains out of place here.
Oh, and what would this mystery element be?
The killer's reasoning, Your Honor. Why did the killer do all of this? Why go to Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon when there are other methods?
Too many unanswered questions. Your response, Miss Von Coma? Turning to me for help over the slightest thing? Why don't you think for yourself once in a while, Your Honor? What?
She's as over the top as always.
Oops, hold on. I missed it. What'd I do?
It's over. It's over, Phoenix.
What'd I do that for?
I have the high ground.
My goodness. I'll deal with that later. Hold on.
OBS is dead, guys.
Anyway, whatever the reason, the fact remains that the defendant could have done this. The murder weapon was disposed of in the river. Another point to me, Miles Edgeworth.
Another mystery to feed the fire. Was there any reason to go and throw away the murder weapon? Luckily, there is surely a problem with this testimony. Now all I have to do is start poking holes in this flawed account.
Thought of murder around 11 p.m. And after asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate. Let me look at that picture sheet.
Oh yeah, I remember this picture. I already know the contradiction. This took me like 50 years to figure out because this picture is just bad. This picture is just bad.
I see footprints and that snowmobile, but I don't see no footprints leading from the snowmobile.
Right now.
It takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Let me see. Really have to do it. The snowmobile, right?
Yes.
But what is the contradiction about it?
How many tracks are on the ground?
Hold on, let me see. You talking about so it was just going and not coming? Hold on, where did the picture go? It's only one set of tracks. I'm on YouTube. Hurry up, game, cause this thing, YouTube is tripping tonight. I'm trying to see which statement. And there I saw tracks that indicated that the snowmobile had been used. Should I present her with that?
No, that's not a contradiction.
It takes 15 minutes to walk the Dusky Bridge for less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out.
Yeah.
This picture.
I admit this photograph proves something. It proves that the snowmobile was used on the night of the murder.
You finally accepted the inevitable. It seems, Miles Edgeworth. I said that wrong anyway.
However, if what the witness says is true, then why is there only one set of tracks?
What do you mean?
Iris left Hazakura Temple, threw the weapon into the river, and then returned. If this was the case, then naturally there would be 2 sets of tracks in the snow. Those from heading out to the bridge, and those from coming back.
Oh, you're right. You are forgetting one thing, Miles Edgeworth. On the night of the murder, it was snowing. The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by the snowfall. This removes your precious contradiction, now doesn't it? I see. While she was at the river, the snow stopped, leaving just the return tracks in the snow. What do you have to say now, Miles Edgeworth?
Is there a flaw in her theory? This idea that the snowfall covered one set of tracks. It's flawless! I'm an idiot! I can then slap or something.
Contradiction, whatever.
The tracks to the river were covered by snow. What a nice theory. However, Miss Von Karma, that is impossible.
Would you care to explain? Why there is a rude index finger currently pointed in my general direction.
No need. The evidence will do all of the talking for me.
On the night of the murder, the killer went to and returned from Dusky Bridge. In order to dispose of the murder weapon, the outgoing tracks were erased by snow. Or so claims Miss Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth, present your evidence to the contrary. A. Evidence that the outgoing tracks were not covered by snow.
It's over. It's over.
Hold on, that's like the autopsy report is.
Maybe the weather?
Yeah, the weather report, I mean. Hold on. I'm thinking about something with the weather report. $10.50 snow, 7 to about 10:50. So she said, well, the murder took place around 11, was it?
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have been snowing, wouldn't it?
I guess.
Let's try this.
Witness, please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed the crime.
Like I said, it was around 11.
Of course. This means the weapon was thrown away after that time, correct? On that note, please take a look at this data. It is the weather report for Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder.
The weather report?
Snow started to fall at 7 p.m., but it stopped at around 10:50. Therefore, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11 p.m., the snow had already stopped falling. It is impossible for any tracks made after that time to have been covered up.
Order. Very well then. It looks like Miss Von Karma's claim has been snowed in. It's too soon to be closing this trial due to snow. Mouse Edgeworth, how pathetic of you to rely on the weather of all things. Answer me this then. When is the weather report ever correct? No, you got it all wrong. This isn't a forecast. This is actual data. Forecast data, all weather reports have some inaccuracies. It may have still been snowing in the vicinity well past 11 p.m. It's true, we cannot be totally sure, eh?
What? How did she pull that off?
It has stopped snowing at Hazakura Temple when the murder took place. You need to provide conclusive evidence of this.
I've come this far. There's no turning back now. Very well. I, too, cannot allow any doubt to remain concerning this testimony.
Huh. You can't back down, can you? Such a perfectionist, Mouse Edgeworth. Very well then, Mr. Edgeworth. Where is your evidence that it had already stopped snowing when the snow victim was killed? That snowmobile?
No.
You don't think it was? It wasn't no snow on it.
I mean, that's what he's claiming.
Let me see. Where is your evidence that it had already stopped snowing? Let me see.
Oh yeah, that's it. Elise!
Really?
Pretty sure that was a Sonic character's name. People did not like her.
What's the
Let me see.
Go ahead.
There's no snow on the body.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that's true.
Ultimately, it all comes down to one point. That's being whether or not it was snowing in the courtyard when the victim was stabbed.
That's right. But proving that is
incredibly easy.
If
we want to know whether it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I'm referring to the photo of the crime scene. As you can see, everything is covered with snow. With just one exception.
And that is?
The victim herself, Miss Elise Dunham. Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It has stopped snowing when she was killed. That's why. In other words, if the killer really did go to Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon, then in this photograph, there should be 2 sets of tracks.
Order. That's what you said? Just what are you suggesting, Miles Edgeworth?
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure myself, but this is simply what all of the facts point to. That's not. Someone used the snowmobile to leave Hazakura Temple. From the tracks left, it can be understood that they were heading for Dusky Bridge. At that time, it was still snowing.
Of course it was, because those tracks were erased by the snow.
Then when this person returned to Hazakura Temple, the snow has stopped. Thus, the return tracks remained.
Can I say something? This all sounds a bit fishy to me. What does, sister? There is only one key for the snowmobile. Furthermore, on the night in question, we know that the defendant had it. The key was found in her room after the murder, which could only mean that night Iris used the snowmobile to go to the inner temple.
But Iris said that she never went there. I should probably press on that point some more when I get the chance.
The snowmobile can't cross the suspicion bridge, so she must have left it on the Hasakura side of the bridge, then crossed on foot. That sounds right. But what's odd is, when I left Iris and returned to the Hasakura temple, I didn't see anything near Dusky Bridge. You must have just failed to see it, sister. Maybe, but when I made it back to Hasakura temple, it was there by the main gate. The snowmobile, I mean. I know what I saw. It was covered in snow, too.
But that isn't possible!
Order in the cut.
Order in the cut. Order in the cut.
In the cut. What does this all mean?
So then what was the snowmobile used for? It wasn't taken by the defendant when she went to the inner temple. If it had been, then the witness couldn't possibly have seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that was the case, there should be 2 sets of tracks in this photo. All we know is this. After it stopped snowing, someone used the snowmobile to return to Hasakura Temple. I never thought a simple snowmobile could cause so much trouble.
I think we've learned all we can from this witness. Yes, I have nothing more to add. I've told you everything that I know. But then, that still leaves us with the same problem. If only there was someone, a witness, who could testify to having seen the snowmobile.
A witness, huh?
Was there no one out walking perhaps near Dusky Bridge on that night? I don't think that's likely. It was cold enough to freeze your ears off. Only an idiot would go out wandering in that. Unless they had something really important to do. That's a shame.
Hold on. Something is coming to me. An idiot may well have gone wandering out on that subarctic night. Subarctic night. Your Honor! Actually, there just might be one individual who may be of help to us.
Really? You know of someone who might have seen the snowmobile on the night of the murder?
I don't know for sure if he saw it or not. But there are 2 things about him that do come to mind.
Which are?
First, that he saw something incredible on the night of the murder.
And the second being?
This individual that I'm thinking of went wandering outside on that cold night. In other words, here's our kind of idiot. In other words, here's our kind of idiot.
Mr. Edward, who is this idiot you're talking about?
I think that's just how he talks. I don't know. I don't think they would make this typo like 4 times in one chapter.
Talking about?
Unless they did. It's Phoenix Wright. That oath. You fell off that bridge. I wouldn't have fell off that bridge. I would have jumped off like a man.
It was pearls. I don't see Larry.
There he is. Clarice.
Ah, Lord, wait, where is he at? I'm looking at this thing.
Where's Larry?
I know. This guy must be a product of Jean-Luc Deluxe's guide. What is that? Jean-Luc Deluxe's guide to obnoxious French painting.
This is Larry Buss, a disciple of the victim Elise Dunham.
Her student? Interesting. And why was he wandering a boot outside on the night of the murder?
That's... I could tell them all about his designs for Iris designs?
This is the Rock on Raw. Uh-oh, fast by remote control. Is
The
he
Rock
on that
on
now?
Rock.
He on that now?
But this may cost us with his credibility as a witness before I even call him. He is, after all, an artist. He was perhaps searching for something in the snowy scenery that would move him. Although I cannot guarantee that this is the reason.
And so, this unfortunate, unreliable looking man? What exactly was it that he saw? Uh-oh. I have to look at the rock. Pass by remote control. What channel the rock? What channel is on? Hold on. I guess I can record it. Come on channel 30? Well, I could probably see it on Peacock, can I? Do it come on Peacock?
I don't know.
Anyway.
I intend to extract that from him right here in this courtroom.
Summon this youth as a witness immediately. I have no choice, do I?
I believe he is in the gallery for this trial. It will not take long to summon him.
Very well.
Larry. You may have escaped me yesterday, but today I'm going to get everything out of you.
The court will now adjourn for a 20-minute recess. Ms. Van Korma, please see to preparing the Ms. Van Korma, please see to preparing the next witness. Understood, Your Honor. Good. Well then, court is now in recess. All right.
Here you go. You getting off real fast. You want to see that rock?
Really? Oh, hold on. Let me change it on there. Look.
Oh my God.
I go to rock.
There he is.
All right, so we'll save the progress. All right, what y'all think about the episode? They done confused me, so I have to go back and look at it.
I forgot what they was talking about. To be honest, man. They started talking about the snowmobile they lost me.
Right. I have to go back and look at it. But anyway, I appreciate you all for watching tonight. Sorry, Yeety, you didn't know about the stream earlier. Terminator, you should have told him. Yeah, but thank you all again, and I guess I'll let y'all get back to y'all New Year's Day. So yeah, King Queen 81, we have Mouse Stomping Prower, Yeety in the chat. I will talk to you all on the next one. Everyone that's watching, I'll talk to you all on the next one. You all take care. Have a good night.